I want to welcome everybody to Saturday morning. It's always a privilege and so exciting to see all the people from so many areas coming on board. And guys, I don't know what else to say besides Saturday mornings are special to me. I'm a little tired this morning because in the South we do a lot of high school football on Friday nights, and I have an hour drive to see my granddaughter. She's a cheerleader, so we went to a game last night that it went late. So I'm a little raspy with my voice this morning. You might hear obviously a little hollering and cheering last night with her. I'm required to cheer with the cheerleaders even if I am old, because I get in trouble if I don't. So at any rate, this morning, guys, I think we have a really special day. I'm really excited to have Taylor Diamaco. Taylor, do I pronounce your name right?
It's D'Amico.
D'Amico. I don't think I've ever asked.
It's the apostrophe.
That's what messes it up. Here's the thing. I want you to know I wrote things about Taylor. I have known Taylor, and I was trying to figure out how long. I'm guessing a decade, 10 years. Has it been something close to that, Taylor?
Yeah, I'm coming up on my 10-year anniversary now, so
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And he came, as those know, we're a conglomerate of groups of companies that came together to form Partner Co, which is what really makes us so special. And Taylor, I was with RX, which is where Taylor came from. And I remember him just starting out in rep support as a guy taking phone calls. And he has truly worked his way from a young man who was out just trying to figure out where he was going to go in life to really a corporate executive with our company. And I'm proud to call him my friend. I could sit here and tell you all the things and the things he's done, but the truth of the matter is, I just feel like Taylor's like family to me. I got a little you have a little boy and watch him become a father, and it's just been fun to watch your development, not only as a corporate executive, and I see big things ahead. I'm loving and watching him do that. But if there's a person with a big heart, I promise you, this guy not only knows our company, but he knows this comp plan, and he's been traveling all over the place. They've been running him. I'm not sure he's loving the travel as much as maybe some parts of it are fun to see the country, but I think he misses his little boy so much. So but he's been traveling. I know he's made multiple connect events, but I'm going to get it right straight to Taylor. Taylor, everybody wants to talk about comp plan. And I think last week I told everybody that I was going to do this on a dry erase board. And I had an opportunity to get Taylor to join us. And I was so excited.
So can I turn?
I got muted by accident. That's okay. And I got to remember it because I've turned it over to Taylor as a host so we can share his screen. So at any rate, as we get started this morning, I want to make sure everybody realizes that there's a lot of this is his own time, guys. Saturday mornings, he's got things to do with his take his little boy to the pumpkin patch. He's got things to do, but he is willing to get on our call and help train. And so with that, we're going to really talk about, I want to make one disclaimer, guys. We have the most amazing comp plan in this industry. And we can talk about how much it pays, and it's the highest paying in the industry, third-party verified. We pay more out than any other company that we compete against. But here's the point. It really is irrelevant unless you go out and do the work. We could talk about all the things in the world, but the work is going to be required. So how much you make will depend on how much effort you put in. Taylor can only show you what the compensation plan will do for you if you'll do those work. So with that, I'm going to turn it to Taylor. I know he's going to plans to share his screen. I want to make sure that's working as we go. Is it going to work for you, Taylor? Or do you even want to share right now? Do you want to start talking first?
I'll share a little bit first, and then I'll share my screen. But
Okay.
looks like it's
I'm
going
gonna
to
turn
work
it to
just fine.
Taylor. We're gonna kind of play back and forth. As I've told everybody on Saturday mornings, I don't have anything planned. All we decided here was that he had a PowerPoint that he tried to share with me so I could run it, but we were having some technical difficulties, so I just made him the host so he can share it himself. But Taylor, why don't you kind of just start with the basics and what you want hear people to hear this morning?
Absolutely.
Here.
So thank y'all for being here Saturday mornings. Look, I want to share a little bit about myself. There's a lot of new faces I'm seeing here. So my name's Taylor D'Amico. Like Chris said, he shared a lot about me, and truly just a great friend that I've been able to get to know over the past 10 years. I started out just about 10 years ago in partner support, like Chris said. And I really made it my mission to understand the compensation plan. But this company has become so much more to me. I met my wife because of this company. We now have a 3-year-old little boy at home, and I've truly dedicated my entire life to this industry and understanding what this compensation plan is. So, my wife is now also the manager of the partner support team. So we literally eat, sleep, we live Partner Co and what it is, and we try to live those values to the best of our ability. So, with that, We should have some time to open it up for questions at the end. So if you have a question, write it down and then we'll throw them into the chat and we'll try to get to as many as possible before our time ends this morning. Okay, let's see here.
I see it. So it came
Is
right
it
up.
showing up good?
8 ways to get paid.
Perfect. So there's 8 ways to get paid with the partner co-compensation plan. If you didn't know that, um, oh, this is a great starting point for us. We have what we call upfront income. These are really, really great options because it doesn't matter where you place people in your tree. It doesn't matter what is happening with the structure of your organization. If you are bringing in new people, you are going to get paid no matter what. You have your residual income, which is base commission, building out a power line and a pay line to make sure that you're getting those consistent weekly checks. And then you have the bonus structures. Now, retail profits, this is going to be specifically for your customers that you're bringing on board. So as you are selling products to your preferred customers, you want to make sure that you are charging them at a higher price point than the price you yourself are getting as a brand partner. As a brand partner, you get 30% off on those products. Now, when you're bringing on new customers, you can charge them at full price, a 15% discount or a 30% discount. The more discount that you give your customers, the less that you are going to receive in a retail profit. If you provide a promo code or they get on set up on a subscription, these things are going to affect the amount of money that you make in retail profits. And I'll use Slenderize, for example, for this. When you can buy a single box of Slenderize for $123. Now, your customer price at a full retail price is $176. If you're able to enroll them as a customer and get them to pay at the full retail price, $176, that automatically kicks back a $53 retail profit for you as the sponsor of that customer. And this is for every customer that you bring on. It's for every purchase they make as long as they're a customer with you. So this never stops going as long as they are purchasing from you and are paying at a higher price point than you yourself as a brand partner are paying.
Something I want to reiterate on that is in our system of growth, a lot of people need to remember he's giving you the higher end for a single box. As you're buying 30 packs, you're reducing that price down. So a lot of people delivering. These are like if you're working a smart link and sending someone a link to purchase, the company will pay you back to retail. Taylor, you want to kind of explain that part just a little bit on how if they send a link to somebody and they make a purchase, how the company will pay the retail profit on their check?
Yeah, so when you create those smart links, right before you finish that process, it's going to ask you 2 questions. It's going to ask you if you want to include a promo code, and it's going to ask you if you want to hide the subscription. Both of those things are going to affect the retail profit that you can receive from PartnerCo. So these things, you don't want to add a promo code to your smart links. That's affecting the amount of money you make. And if you hide the subscription option, the first time they go and purchase as a new customer, it will not give them the option to set up a subscription. We want these people to come in as customers, love the products, and you get rewarded for that sale. And if they love the product so much that they want to buy again, we can use that opportunity to convert them over to a brand partner because our compensation plan is really geared towards building a brand partner structure. You're of course going to get paid for your customers, but in the long term, the compensation plan is built for a brand partner structure.
Absolutely. I just want people to understand the difference of what he's showing, that the company will pay you back a retail profit. So our system of growth is developed around different ways. So that was with a smart link, which is great. But if you're, I mean, I think it's pretty simple. If you buy a box for $80 because you bought the 30 pack and you've got your price down and you sell it for 176, your margin is much higher than it is. It's just according to the system that you're using. We just want to make sure you're understanding the comp plan. So that's retail profits to me should be the simplest one, but I don't think a lot of people realize the company will actually pay you those when you're sending out smart links. That's what I want to reiterate.
Yep. Yeah, we want to reward you for any kind of sale that you're bringing in. So the compensation plan truly benefits you for bringing in new people. whether brand partner or customer. Now, when we talk about new volume bonus, this also ties into that retail incentive or that retail profit. When you enroll a new customer, anything they purchase within their first 4 weeks, you're going to get your retail incentive and your new volume bonus on these. So you can double dip on those brand new customers as well if you're enrolling them in your system. So new volume bonus, you're going to earn a percentage of the sales from your brand partners and your customers during their first 4 Fridays. Best way to look at it is it's the same time frame that you have to achieve ultimate for your new people. So for 4 Fridays, you're going to get new volume bonus on all those customers and brand partners that you're bringing on board. And this is why we talk about why ultimate is so important as a business level. Because if you're not ultimate, you are leaving money on the table, and we want to pay that out. We do not want to hold back any commissions from you. We have it built into our compensation plan. We want you to get paid that 30%. So between the activated business level and the ultimate business level, you're leaving half of your money on the table potentially, if you're not at that ultimate business level. So if you're not at ultimate already, I challenge you to get there. If you're outside of your upgrade period, work with your sponsor so that we can hopefully get something going for you. We just ran a promotion for people to get to ultimate, and we had a lot of success there. So if you are at ultimate and you are receiving the 30% new volume bonus payout, you can potentially earn $450 on every new enrollment. That is 1,500 points at 30%. And there's no limit on how many people that you can enroll and earn that bonus. It's truly unlimited in how much you can earn from that, because it doesn't cap out regardless of how many people you enroll. Just a limit on how much you'll get paid on each individual person. The best part about these, we also call these upfront income bonuses, retail profits, and new volume bonus, because regardless of the dollar amount, we will pay that out to your bank account. If you get a $5 new volume bonus check, we're going to pay that out to you the following week. So regardless of the amounts that you're bringing in on these two, that's going to get paid out. Now we have our residual income, the base commission side of things. Now, base commissions is where it can get a little more complicated because there's a lot going on within this structure. The first part of it is you have to build out 2 lines to start being paid base commission. You need to have a power line and you need to have a pay line. So as an example here on the screen, we have a power line of 2,000 points, which is the line with the most volume. You only need 1 power line within your income position, and then you can have multiple pay lines. But I want everyone to focus on 2 lines to start with, and I'll show you why in one of our bonus structures. We have a pay line of 1,000 points. Base commission pays out at 15% regardless of business level. It is a set percentage for everybody. So you would earn $150 in base commission off that pay line volume. And when you get paid out on volume, that volume gets removed from your lines. Now, your power line being more than your pay line, we introduce something called carryover volume. Now, carryover volume is going to allow you to establish a new power line the following week if your pay line volume is lesser than your power line. So, go to the next screen here. It's kind of faint, but you can see here when you get paid out on volume, you got paid out on 1,000 points. We remove that from the pay line and the power line, and the difference gets carried over the next week to establish a new power line for you. Now, if you're seeing carryover in your business right now, it's wonderful. It just means that one line is doing more than the other, and we're just working to catch those up. We're striving to optimize our business. So if you're seeing carryover, it's a wonderful thing. It just means that one line is catching up to the other one. If you're not seeing carryover in your business, it means that your pay lines are equal to, or a combination of your pay lines are greater than your power line volume. So you're optimizing your pay the most that you can currently. But what we really want to do is what we refer to it as optimization. When you have a power line and a pay line with 13,334 points in each line each week. Now, the reason that we want you to do this is, for one, you're going to get $2,000 in base commission pay every time you do this. And then you're going to get a new line, a new pay line. So if you're ultimate and you have 5 lines right now, you're going to get a 6th line. And then you also get a new income position or a re-entry. You'll hear both of those terms, but they both mean the same thing. Now, the reason that we give you those new tools is because the most you can earn on a single pay line is $2,000 in base commission. And we say that our compensation plan is limitless in its potential of earning. Now, we can't say that if we don't give you the tools to grow. So every time that you optimize a new pay line, you'll receive an additional pay line and an additional re-entry within your business to use. Now you can build infinitely wide, you can build infinitely deep. And when you get to these points, what me and Kevin will start doing is we will start to meet with you as you become, this is the first time you do this, you'll achieve the title of senior officer. So as a senior officer, we want you to know what your options are moving forward. Do you want to build deep? And what does that look like for you and your business? Or do you want to build wide? We'll give you both options. And then you can go to your sponsor and your upline and talk to them and see what option is going to be best for you.
Can I add something? I want to make sure people understand,
Absolutely.
people realize that you have multiple pay lines. People begin to, one of the biggest questions, because if someone's come from another company that runs a binary type comp plan, that's not what we are. We're not a binary. And so the pay line, the power line may change. And people get all bent out of shape. I'm like, no, that's actually a good thing. It means your business is growing. So it's not necessarily bad that the lines flip back and forth week to week because you grow. And if someone asks a question, would you build one leg to optimization? No, I would tell you to build a minimum of 2, possibly. That's according to your upline. I'm not, everybody has a little bit different opinion, but I would definitely not build a single line. You don't want to build 2, so you're getting paid weekly as you build both. One will then, I'm talking about from the networker side, one leg will become, you'll know. It'll be kind of one of those things that'll happen. It's like, okay, I've got a lot of strength on that leg, and I found a leader down there that I might not have found, and that leg will begin to grow without much help. Then you'll concentrate on what we call the pay line or a third line. So I want to make sure you're clear. Taylor's showing you how the pay works. Don't get so caught up into how you build that. Your sponsor or the person you're on your team has a little bit different ways of doing it, and we'll talk about that on another Saturday about how we structure it. Taylor's trying to explain how it pays. I'm sorry, I just want to make sure people I get a lot of chat questions.
No, don't be sorry. This is perfect. So, and these multiple pay lines are going to give you all these opportunities to bring on new leaders from different companies. We're seeing it. I mean, people from companies coming in hand over fist. So, I mean, you're one post away from bringing on a huge leader from somewhere else. Oh. Okay, perfect. We'll move on to the bonus structures now. We have some of the most amazing bonuses that I've ever seen. Bringing on people from other companies, I've been researching other compensation plans, doing comparisons from their compensation plan to ours, and I can truly say that our compensation plan is the best. We pay out more. We have a tool that we've built internally that will help us compare the volume that they're producing in their company that they're at or their old company that they were at, and the volume that if they produce the same amount of volume, how much money they would make. And it's always significantly more. So with savings bonus, what we're going to do for you is every time that you earn $250 in base commission, it has to be base commission. It can't be a combination of base commission and new volume bonus or base commission and retail profits. It has to be $250 in base commission. We are going to match 15% of that and put it into a savings account for you. We don't take 15% out of that. We're going to match it. So in regards to points, that would be 1,667 points in pay line volume, and you can earn up to $500 a week on this bonus. Now, every time you earn $250 or more, and we're matching 15% of that, and we're putting that into a savings account, we're trying to get to $10,000. Now, in your back office, you have a little calculator in there. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. It's on your dashboard. It tells you how close you are to your $10,000 bonus. Now, the best part about this bonus is once you receive that $10,000 in savings, We're going to pay that out to you all at once. You get a cool call from John and Darren and Katie and the executive team congratulating you on the achievement. And then every 4 weeks, you're going to receive a bonus on your check for your savings plan bonus. This bonus doesn't stop paying out once you receive that $10,000. You're going to see a bonus on your check every 4 weeks moving forward for that savings plan bonus. And it can be up to $500 a week or $2,000 every 4 weeks that you can earn on this one. Now, there's other compensation plans. You'll see a lot of the times the cars or different things like that. We never want to put people in a position where they are strained financially. We don't want you to put you in a lease program and then set these crazy requirements for that lease, and then you end up being in a financial strain because you didn't hit the requirement for that, and now you're forced to pay it. You do the work, you get paid for it, and then you get to choose what you do with that money.
I'm going to add something to that. Taylor's very nice about it. Guys, I was with the companies and yeah, somebody just popped up, Mary Kay. So many, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the car program, so do not want to hammer it. There's people that had them. I was with a company that had that. But guys, this is so much better because you're not locking someone up. I've had people that were frustrated because they get going. I understand Mary Kay Cosmetics got a lot of divorces caused because they literally, you have to realize they put you in that car, but you don't own that car. They don't pay for it unless you're producing. And if things go backwards and you're responsible for it. That's not just them. That's all the way they all work. You get paid if you're doing a certain amount of volume. And I love this because you can have a killer month and get up to $2,000. Or if you slow down, you don't lose it all. I think that's so important to understand that if you really see the difference in what this does with a savings bonus, it's absolutely amazing. And no company out there gives 2,000 as much as 2,000 a month for a car program. Most are around the $600 mark. So I just wanted to reiterate that, Taylor. I know you know that stuff, but those are things people need to really listen to that separate this comp plan from what the general people are working with out there.
No, I mean this is a mortgage payment potentially for a lot of
Absolutely.
people.
Our mortgage payment ain't that big. 2,000 a month to cover a pretty good mortgage. There's no question about that. And by the way, we're getting a lot of questions in the chat. We're going to come back and visit all those questions at the end, even if it's and Taylor has to go. I'll finish up answering any of those questions.
Well, I got plenty of time, so we'll get through a lot of them.
Okay.
Now, the income position bonus. This is why I tell you to focus on 2 lines to start your business with. Building out a power line and a pay line, you want to try to optimize a power line and a pay line each week. And the reason why is because of this bonus. Now, what we do is we take a percentage of worldwide sales and we put it in a bonus pool each week. Now, when you optimize a power line and a pay line in that week, you get put into getting shares out of this bonus pool. It turns out to be about $400 per week.
I got it.
So $400 per week is over $20,000 per year if you can maintain an optimized power line and pay line every week for the entire year. And the more income positions that you do that on, or more re-entries that you do that on, the shares increase exponentially. So the second re-entry or income position you do that on, you get 2 shares for the first one, and then you get 4 additional shares for the second one, so a total of 6. So your bonus just went from $400 a week to $1,200 a week, and that will continue on and on. So regardless of how you want to build, whether it's wide or deep, there is bonuses that incentivize you for optimizing the way you're building. Now, if you are earning this amount, in this bonus, it does fluctuate slightly each week because it is based off of the sales for that week, but it averages out to be about $400. Now, the pay line bonus is very similar to the income position bonus. The income position bonus rewards you for building deep, and the pay line bonus is going to reward you for building wide. So same thing happens here. We take a percentage of sales for a bonus pool, and when you optimized 2 pay lines or 3 total lines in a single income position, 1 power line, 2 pay lines, you get entered into this bonus pool, which averages out to be about $500 per week on this one. So if you're building in width, you're going to be benefiting from that. So, and the same rules apply. The more pay lines that you optimize past that, the more shares that you're going to get out of that bonus pool. So you can go from $500 to $1,500, so on and so forth. There is no limit to how much you can earn on these shares. If you continue to build and optimize, we're going to reward you for that.
Guys, I want to add something to that. Taylor talked about that being based on the company's gross sales. I literally met with someone just this past week who talked about that, and they were with a company who was in a bonus pool. He couldn't understand how the company was growing, but his shares were going down. It's because those companies are basing it on their net profits. And what was happening was the owners were buying things and writing it off to the company. I'm not going to go into what they were buying, it's not important, but they were buying things that for themselves, things that they felt like. So they were manipulating how they were trying to keep from paying taxes on the company. But in that same process, it was affecting the bonuses. So ours is based on gross sales. So it doesn't matter what the company decides to spend. If we've got some things they're wanting to expand and our profits go down, it doesn't affect your pay line bonus or your income position bonus. So there's two different things. And that's where we get a little confusing. People are like, I don't understand the difference in a pay line bonus and an income position bonus. And he's going to, we won't try to get into all that today. But listen, if you get to the point that you're looking to figure out how to manipulate these bonuses, let me assure you, you can call Taylor on the phone, or he or Kevin, one can make sure that you understand how you want to place and build your next leg, or someone on your upline that's already done it can tell you what the advantage and disadvantage of that is. So don't get so caught up in that. The first important part of this is your base commissions and getting those one optimized income position. Sorry to interrupt, Taylor, but sometimes
don't be sorry.
this is really,
I
this part
appreciate
gets a little over. This is for big leaders. You start talking about people that have done this industry a long time and they see this, you'll spend a long time getting them to understand. So don't try to understand this part if you're new. This is part that you want to work towards. You want to learn about the things he talked about in the beginning, the retail profits and the base commissions and the luxury bonus, or that savings bonus. Those are the three things you want to capitalize on. Sorry to interrupt. I just want to make sure they're
Oh, don't be
understanding.
sorry. This is super helpful. And
Yeah.
to add to Chris's point, the pay income position bonus and the pay line bonus are not my most favorite ones to talk about. And the reason being, by the time that you get to earning the pay line bonus and the income position bonus, you probably have a pretty good understanding of the compensation plan as a whole. We just want to share what is possible for you as a new brand partner or somebody within their first year or two, what the possibilities are for you within the compensation plan. Now, the ones that I like to really talk about are the savings plan bonus, because I've seen it change so many people's lives to get that $10,000 check. And the next one that we're about to share, which is matching bonus. I love matching bonus because it rewards you for helping your team make money. We're teaching duplication. The system of growth has really changed this company. I've been around since the Slender Eyes drops were created. I've seen them from the day that they've launched, and I've seen them to today. And we've never had a system that allowed people to duplicate in a way like we are right now. And because of that, people's matching bonus checks are skyrocketing. A lot of people that I'm seeing their matching bonus check is higher than their base commission checks, or it's higher than all their other earnings combined. Their matching bonus is far exceeding that. So what is matching bonus? Matching bonus is a reward for you for helping your team grow. Whatever your team is earning in base commission, you are now getting a match check of that. So you can get up to 7 generations in matching bonus, and there's a couple things that you need to do in order to start doing that. Now, the first thing that you need to do is have gold status. You'll hear that term a lot, and another reason why you want to be ultimate. If you are a brand partner who's not ultimate, you might not have gold status, and we need to make sure that you do, because if you don't have gold status, you're losing out on money. Gold status unlocks the first 3 generations of matching bonus, and you can get it 2 ways. You can be ultimate and get it right away and not worry about it, or within your first 8 weeks as a new brand partner, you need to personally sponsor 4 people. It can be brand partners or customers but those 4 people need to purchase 200 points worth of product. And you only have 8 Fridays to do that as a new brand partner who is not Ultimate. And the reason why this is so important is because you want to be making matching bonus on these generations. I looked at somebody's check the other day. They had $15,000 in matching bonus for the week. And it wasn't a person that was, one of the first people to start with the company. It was somebody who started years later, but has built up an organization that is producing a lot of volume. So now you have generations 1 through 3 that you're going to get automatically with gold status. And then you have generations 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, let me back up here. Each one of those has a weekly requirement in order to unlock. So generation 4 is a $500 base commission check in order to unlock that generation. 5th generation, you need to earn $1,000 in base commission in a week. Generation 6 is you need to optimize an income position or have 13,334 points on a power line and a pay line. You're going to hear the word optimization a lot within the compensation plan, and that's what we're referring to. An optimized power line and an optimized pay line, 13,334 points. And generation 7 is to have 2 optimized income positions or have 3 optimized lines on a single income position. So you can do it 2 ways. You can have 2 income positions, both with a power line and a pay line with 13,334 points, or you can have a single income position with 1 power line and 2 pay lines in order to unlock that 7th generation. But truly the most important ones here are going to be your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd generation. As you're starting out, these generations 4, 5, 6, and 7, those aren't the important ones. Your first 3 generations are the most important because if you don't have gold status, you're not earning any matching bonus. So if you don't know if you have gold status, it tells you in your back office at the top of your dashboard. It tells you your business level. It tells you if you have gold status. If you don't have it, let's make sure that we get it for you because it truly is so important.
Call your sponsor, find out where you're at if you don't have it at this point. Let's make sure we make one thing clear. I think there's one of the things that confuses people about match pay. Understand, I'm used to being in the field. Taylor's explained it from the corporate side. Think about this as your family tree, because this is not when somebody places someone below you. You're not getting match pay. So if I sponsor Taylor, okay, I get match pay on him. And when he sponsors someone, I'm gonna call Taylor my child. When he sponsors someone, that's my grandchild. I'm still getting match pay. But my sponsor is Todd Rowland. If he places someone in my business below that, he's the sponsor. I'm not going to get match pay on those. So think about this like your family tree. 7 generations of your family tree will pay match bonus. Your base commissions have no effect on this other than opening up more levels. Make that very clear. That's where most people get so confused. All right, somebody below me is just killing it. Well, you didn't sponsor them, and no one you sponsored them. So they're not in your family tree, even though you're still getting credit for the volume, which is a good thing. But that is flowing through your business to help you with base pay. But this is a separate part of the comp plan. This is one of those things that confuses people. I just want to make sure we reiterate that because I know this is being recorded.
Awesome.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Thank you for adding that. I should have mentioned that. Yeah, you're not going to start earning match pay unless you yourself are producing new people. You're only going to earn match pay from brand partners. If you're building a large customer base, you need to convert those customers into brand partners, get them placed in your tree. And
well, they're going to reward you for helping something. Taylor said it when he started this. They're going to reward you for when you sponsor someone. My favorite quote is, "You're responsible for them." You sponsor them and you're responsible for them. You're responsible to help them begin to make an income stream. And I want to add something to this because as other companies, I've been around this industry 24 years, and I was with some people that they have a minimum or a maximum or a requalifying period. Guys, we don't have those tripwires. It is so important to understand. If a person makes $5 in a week, they're still going to pay you that match pay on those first 3. I see my check sometime and I'll break down all this match pay, and I might have made 20 cents on one person. Doesn't matter. So many companies won't pay you that. They hide it and say, oh, there's no big deal. We don't want the bookkeeping issues. No, this company pays you every penny on all match pay as long as you're qualified for it. And so, and there's no requalifying period. But remember, again, it is strictly on every line, not just your pay line. And Cindy, just throw that in the chat. Match pay will be paid on everybody you sponsor, whether they came in on your pay line or they came in on your power leg. I mean, my power leg has Christian John Oakey on it. I make a great match pay on them every week because they're in my team. I didn't sponsor them. They're on my second level. But the point I'm making is they're in my family tree and they're on my power side. So that's okay. I hope that's helping the people on that. I just want to reiterate some of the things that really cause people the confusion, maybe because they've been in other companies. So those are little things that we get questions on a lot. Back to you, Taylor.
Awesome. Thank you for helping with that. So, but match pay truly is a beautiful bonus structure. Like Chris said, we pay cents on people. So, if you're earning matching bonus, you can go to your commission summary in your back office, like Chris said, and it'll break down each individual person you're earning matching bonus from. It'll tell you what generation they're in, and it'll tell you what percentage that you are earning from them, and it'll tell you how much they earned in base commission. So if you think that maybe you're not earning what you're supposed to be earning, we tell you exactly how much they earn in base commission. We tell you exactly the percentage that you're getting paid out on. So full visibility on all sides. Oh, and then the last thing that I want to touch on with matching bonus is we have a thing called dynamic compression. Now, dynamic compression is going to move people out of the way that are inactive and not producing to make way for people who are active and producing. If you have somebody on your 7th generation who is inactive, not commission qualified, not producing anything, but somebody on your 8th generation is, we push out that inactive person and push up that active person. So you're going to see people go from generation 3 to 2 or from generation 8 to 7. And the reason we do that is we want to make sure that you are earning as much money as possible within the matching bonus structure. And we want to make sure that the people that are working are benefiting you in the most possible. So dynamic compression, it does it automatically for you. But if somebody's inactive, not commission qualified, not working, and somebody below them is, we're going to bump up their level. And then the last one here is the lifestyle rewards. It's not necessarily a dollar amount that you're earning from it, but it is in the sense of that you can use these lifestyle rewards to go on free trips, get product credits, and things of that nature. Now, I have a completely separate training on all of the lifestyle rewards and how you can earn all those. So if we want to do that a different day, then happy to jump on another morning and go over those ones. But I want to touch on the 4 key building blocks to the lifestyle rewards. Now, I said you can redeem these for trips and products credits. If you do not have enough money for a trip, do not waste those lifestyle rewards on product credits. These trips are amazing. We're going to Maui in the spring, and there's 4 kind of key building blocks to these to earn the most rewards as possible. So enrolling new brand partners and customers, you're going to get lifestyle rewards for every new brand partner and customer that you bring on board. You're going to earn lifestyle rewards every time you title advance. You're going to earn lifestyle rewards every time you're paid as the title that you are right now. If you're a senior officer and you're being paid as a senior officer, you're going to get a percentage of that back as lifestyle rewards. And then pay line volume growth. We compare what you did the last 6 months to the current 6 months, and every 5,000 points that you grow your pay line volume, you're going to be rewarded with a big chunk of lifestyle rewards for those. Kristen, I know, has been on a ton of trips over the past few years with the way that she's grown her business. We had about 180 people in Punta Cana. We had a good group of people from the US go to Bali. And I absolutely want to crush those numbers out of the water this year. And I would love to have about 300 people in Maui. So if you're interested in the lifestyle rewards and how that works, happy to do another training on those ones. But that is everything that I have for the comp plan training today.
Guys, I know we're going to have to open up for questions. People are going to, no question, we're going to get people asking things about that. But
No, we got time. Let's do some questions.
So why don't you unmute yourself and just ask your question directly? I don't have no problem with that. We're not going to be there. We had a couple of questions, and we'll see if we can't answer them directly for you. I know we had one that asked about rollover. Guys, don't get confused about rollover. If your pay leg is 5,000 points and your power leg was 10,000 points, there's 5,000 difference that will roll over. It's that simple. Just subtract the pay line from the power. And by the way, if you don't know this, many companies flush it every single week. Guys, there's so many things that we don't do that's why we pay out more than everybody else. We try to figure out a way to, they understand. And this comp plan has been around, came with the RX team. They understand that if you make people a way to make money, they're going to stay with you. That's so critical to, there's one thing that we did it there is we know that makes a difference. Even if you don't have a system, it don't matter. You got to keep people making money. So, all right, anybody want to unmute? I saw Mark unmuted. Mark, you want to ask your first question? Because I know you had one. Maybe I answered it.
Yeah, Chris, I know that it's the rollover is a benefit, right? But I just don't, sometimes when I will look at somebody else's and I say, hey, tell me what's on your pay line and what's on your power line. Sometimes they have rollover, sometimes they don't. And I have rollover. I know it's a benefit, but I don't know why it's a benefit.
Well, because all you're going to do then is work on your pay line. And example, that's what you're looking for because you know where you need to be putting volume. It makes it easy to build your team because you know that if you sponsor a new person, they need to go on what's your weaker leg. Does that make sense?
That does. Can I ask a follow-up question?
Sure.
When that line switches, what happens to that rollover?
Well, it's
there and you get paid on it.
You get paid on it. Okay.
You've been paid on
it. Just like a base commission would.
Awesome. Thank you guys for answering that.
That's what if you're seeing carryover volume, it's great. You're just working towards evening up those lines. If you're not seeing carryover volume, your pay line and your power line were equal to each other that previous week. And to touch on that, if you are not commission qualified, you are going to lose that carryover volume. So another reason to keep your subscription active and stay commission eligible because that will go away.
Thank you, Taylor. Thank you, Chris.
By the way, I saw one of the questions in the chat I want to address real quick. Someone asked about the dynamic compression, and their question was, does that person keep, if they're not inactive, that spot will still stay in the tree. And if they go back and activate their position, then they can go back to work. So
yeah, it's a week-to-week basis on dynamic compression. If somebody's not working and unqualified one week, but qualified the next and working, it changes each week. So nobody gets removed out of the tree. It's just a system thing that we do.
They can be removed if they request it, but all they're doing is going into an inactive. I think their name still shows up. It's just that they're not
still there.
Be asked to be removed. But guys, don't get too worried about that part. It's a great thing because most people are not going to go inactive. Listen, you'll be amazed how much this is going to sound awful. I'm Southern and to the point. I've got people in my business that are inactive but they started some things, but didn't stay involved. I've called them. They literally could make $500-600 per month by simply going back and being eligible. And you can't teach stupid, guys. There's just certain things you can't teach in the world. And there's some people that are not going to listen. Don't worry about those people. Don't be trying to figure out how to make them go back to work. You can't, my daughter actually, I've said this so many times, she actually quoted it to me last night. You can't push your rope. Worry about people who want to work. Help them grab a hold of the line and go forward. So that's not a compensation tip, but it's a building tip. You can't get people to do something they don't want to do. No different than the drops. You can't get people to take them if they don't want to take them, and they won't eat from the food plan if they don't want to. They got to want this. Same thing with this business. They have to want it to make it happen. It's their mindset. That's more of a training on that. But compensation plan is amazing. Next question on comp plan. I'm sorry, I got off track a little bit there, but I see
we have 3 hands up,
right,
Chris. We have Karen,
Round the
Kathy, and Tammy.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Karen.
I'm muting to ask.
Okay, on the savings bonus, when you finish out your week and you've got your PV total volume, let's say 1,400, but you've got 700 or more in your total auto balance volume, does that auto balance volume go into that pay line and bring you up there for your pay line
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
Everything auto balance is going to be towards base commission. So if it's paying out a base commission amount, then that's gonna help you towards your savings plan bonus. The only time that that wouldn't be the case is if it's a brand new customer that's points are auto balancing, but that's new volume bonus that you're getting paid on. So we just have to
Okay.
be careful of where that auto balancing volume's coming from.
I just want to make sure I get money in that savings bonus. And
Absolutely.
so,
Towards your base commission each week, and it'll show you in your X office what your base commission estimate is. So your
yes, sir.
objective is to get to $250 minimum to get to the savings bonus activated each week.
Okay. So when that's there and it's a little bit short, I just wasn't sure if those auto balance points were going to make sure that
I got it.
exceeded the 250, or if I needed to place an order under somebody to make sure that it's 250 on top of the auto balance points.
It would just be dependent on if those auto balance points are from a brand new customer that you're getting new volume bonus on, or an
Okay.
older customer that would be paying a base commission from.
Okay, very good. Thank you. This was great training.
Thank you so much.
Kathy, you go ahead. Kathy Roberts.
Yes, I have a simple question, I hope. I just want to know when this will be up and where, because I've got a fellow flying in today who is a wealth management man. He is he's opening 4 new businesses and he wants to join this, but he wants to know about the compensation plan. I have no clue on numbers. Like, all I know is I can spend that money. So I was wondering if this is up and running, that would be good for me to show him.
My daughter's YouTube page will always have it, and I believe Cindy has already posted that in the chat, so you can link on it. My daughter posts them every week. She'll also put them on Partner Co Nation as well as Level Up Life, but she puts them in her YouTube site so you can go back and find them very easily. That's Kristen White. She's posted it in the chat so you can look at it. And we post every Saturday morning training, except for the ones that don't get recorded because I mess up, which has happened before.
Okay, thank you.
I got in trouble over Cindy Landis Saturday because I didn't get it recorded and uploaded correctly. So I've had multiple people chew me out. So Cindy's going to have to be another guest again and repeat all the things she did. Go ahead. Who's next, Cindy?
It's Tammy. Tammy, go ahead and unmute.
Thank you. Okay, I have a question. If my carryover volume is the 13,334, do your legs flip based on the weekly volume? Or, right, so let's just say my weekly volume for that leg was 2,000, right? And the other one was, or whatever, 3,000, and the other one was 2,000. Does that make it flip, or does it have to be with the carryover volume?
It's a combination of those totals. So your new volume that's coming in for the week and your carryover would combine to establish your power line volume. So
Okay, so that second leg would end up having to get to the 13,334 for it to flip, basically.
exactly, yeah.
That's a great problem
Okay.
to have, Tam. You've got one leg that's already optimized, then you know where you need to spend your time is on the other side or in a different leg. That is
Exactly, that's what I've been
No
doing.
question
but
where to put your
yeah.
focus.
always
Okay.
work on that other leg. So that's a good
Okay.
problem.
Okay,
Thank you.
Amy, you're up next.
Good morning. Taylor, my question has to do with the tree and the dots. Some of my dots are gray underneath and some are green. And the reason I ask is I was walking through with a new brand partner, and we're just kind of like searching around like the back office the other day and showing her what to look for and all of these things. And I noticed like she's gone ultimate. But I know mine is green and hers is still gray. And what makes that flip?
Gotcha. So there's 3 color dots that we have. Green, which means you're commission qualified. Gray,
Okay.
which means you are not commission qualified. So we need to look into why she's not commission qualified.
We
If
had to put her
subscri-
subscription on, so we did that.
Perfect. So as soon as her subscription runs, she'll go green again. And then every once in a while, you'll see a red dot. And that means that that person has requested through compliance to terminate their brand partner account.
Okay, thank you.
Is it Fairy or Fari?
Hey, it's Ferry. My question is, I know that as brand partners, we get paid on our own orders. We get paid base commission. But I learned this week, and I want to make sure I'm clear on this, but a new brand partner will not get paid base commission on their first 1,500 PVs. Is that correct?
So yeah, so a couple things to that one. So as a brand new brand partner, the 1,500 points that you're using to get to Ultimate, because it's using it to get you to Ultimate, we're not going to auto balance those points and pay a commission base on them. Once you're Ultimate, and you're just staying commission qualified, anything past your 100 points to keep you commission eligible will auto balance to pay you a base commission.
Thank you.
I want to add something to that because make sure we're clear on that. Understand, commissions are being paid, but they're being paid to the sponsor. So that they're not being paid to the person that placed the points. They're being paid, like if you bring the person in, that's where your new volume money is coming from, is from their orders. After that, then they're kind of, that's just their qualifying period. Does that make sense? You're getting paid on it, but they're not getting paid on it. So
Yes, I understand. Thank you.
okay, I want to make sure we were clear.
Cheryl, you can unmute.
So I I just want to make sure, correct me if I'm wrong on this, in explaining it. So if you're commission qualified, because of dynamic compression, all of the income moves upwards. I have a wholesale customer who is, an auto ship, so and she's commission qualified, but that's all she does. And she's earned like over $1,700 in the last year. So is that through just dynamic compression?
Well, she obviously sponsored somebody, so that's not from dynamic compression. She's obviously sponsored somebody, so she started building a tree. Maybe it's just one person. Guys, you'd be amazed how you should, you give them some stories about people that only got one good person. They never really built a lot, but they sponsored somebody that went out and killed it.
Yeah.
So does that make sense? Does that answer your question? So yes, if you're Ultimate, you can have one leg and you're still going to collect 3 levels of match pay. So you went out and sponsored one good person. I'm not going to go into numbers because this is being recorded, but I know someone that lives in Michigan who sponsored someone who went to China and built a massive business. They were only qualified for 3 levels of match pay, but that person became a big earner and they made significant income. I'm not going to use numbers, but significant off of 3 levels of just match pay. And by the way, guys, when I tell you that is unique to our industry, Cindy, you could reiterate that because you've got leaders that have come on your team that couldn't believe me. They asked me that 25 times at PXP because they were so amazed that we actually paid that anyway.
Yeah. The only other way that she would be earning commissions if she hasn't sponsored anybody is just placing large orders herself, and getting money from auto balancing base commission.
Right.
Okay,
That's what I was going to say. Auto balancing. I've had a wholesale person, Cheryl, that auto balanced and made a commission almost weekly.
Okay, thank you.
And those companies won't do that. That is, by the way, a patent.
Thank you.
Okay, Sarah, you're up next.
Hi. This is fantastic. So I'm new. I've been in about a month. And the thing that I'm most confused about still, and maybe somebody can clarify this, I understand Payline. The term that's confusing me is income position. And so when I have a new brand partner, I understand put them in the lesser of the 2 lines, put them in my pay line. But when I'm selecting the dot where they go in my tree, there's all these different income positions, or I can go underneath. Like, I don't understand what that means. And also generations, is that different than generations is only who I personally sponsor, I think.
Generations are for you personally. What you're asking about is how to place somebody. And that's going to be a little bit different topic. I understand what you're saying. I think you're talking about, you're seeing in your tree that you got multiple places. You want to concentrate on, I try to teach my team 3 lines to start. Taylor is mentioning 2. That's all about personal choices. 2 lines. And when you say the power line can change from week to week in the early stages of your business, And so I try to put people together that have relationships, even if it's not always on my pay line. I want to have the people working with people that I have a relationship with. But obviously, for you to get base commission, your pay line, you're going to have more volume. You have the more volume out of your pay line, the more your commissions are going to be. Did that answer your question? Hope it did. I'm not sure that it did. Generations are family tree; those are personals. And then, but so don't worry about somebody's placing people below you. That's okay. That just counts toward base commission. Tyler, you
Yeah,
might want to add something else to that.
I
And your
think,
income position, when you come in and join, you're in your first income position. You don't earn a second income position until you've optimized 2 lines, until you've optimized a pay line. Is that correct, Taylor?
That is, yeah. So you should only have one income position. You have multiple lines that you can build off, but your business center itself is just one.
And that's what an income position is
okay.
called. That's just your business center. I didn't answer that part of the question. I'm sorry. That's that's why I put them in a square sometimes. That one spot, your first original is your income position that you pay $29.95 for. You can't buy another one for $29.95. You have to earn the second one.
Okay. I'm still a little bit confused about that, but I can talk to my upline.
Yeah, good idea.
Come back each Saturday. We'll make sure we address that again.
Regina, you're up next. Thanks, Sarah.
Yes, good morning. Thank y'all for this. This is great. This is probably a very basic question that I've got, but I've got a good many people on here from my team that are fairly new. And some of them are asking questions just about base commission. And that may be something I could just ask my upline or downline or sideline.
Ask it.
Yes,
Yeah,
can you
okay.
explain base commission?
Yeah, so base commission, you need to build out 2 lines. You need a power line and a pay line in order to start getting paid base commission. And that will pay out a 15% pay on the volume in your pay line. And then you can build out multiple pay lines. You can build out 2, 3, 4, 5, but all the volume in your pay line will pay out 15%.
If
Okay.
you understand what base commissions mean, that is just between your two, you have to have minimum 2 legs to make that pay. Other comp stuff did not, just base pay, 2 legs. And you're going base commission will be the lesser of the 2 lines, 15% of the volume. I hope
Gotcha.
that made it simple, okay?
And guys,
We're running
we have
over
two,
time. One
two
last
more.
question.
Yeah,
Got 2 more.
can we have 2 people up? Can we do both, Chris, real
We can do them
quick?
both. Yeah, we're running out of
Risha,
time.
you go ahead and then we'll end with Billy.
Good morning, everybody. Great training. Thank you. I just want to confirm, I've got 2 questions. Just want to confirm that when somebody places an order in over and above the regular auto ship order, that it pays them 15% automatically. Is that correct?
That's correct. Anything above their 100-point subscription will auto balance and pay 15%.
Okay, thank you. Now, I'm in Canada, so I've heard Lucy West explain 2 different ways that we get paid on a SmartLink. How exactly is a commission on a sale of a SmartLink paid out?
You're going to get retail profit and new volume bonus on a brand new person that enrolls as a customer through your SmartLink. If they pay a higher price point than you pay for your product, you get the difference as a retail profit and you get the new volume bonus from it.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Great training.
Thank you.
Okay, Billy, you're our last one.
I don't know about you guys, but my mind is blown. Every time I hear this, I'm like, I can't even get over it. Anyway, I just want this will maybe be a cherry on top for you, Taylor. If you were, this is kind of more of a broad question, but our compensation plan was voted #1. And if you were to just explain to someone, in your experience in the industry over the years, if someone came to you and was like, tell me why it's the best in like 30 seconds or less, what would your answer to that be? Like what stands out to you, knowing what you know, knowing what you've seen, what is it to you that stands out significantly that you would answer that?
For me, it's matching bonus. I haven't been able to find a bonus structure in any other company that's similar or even close to it. You're going to get paid money for other people making money, and you just don't see it anywhere else. I can kind of probably talk about every piece of the compensation plan a little bit on why it's so great, but I think matching bonus is truly one of those ones where you're one person away from making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Chris talked about it. We
I'm
won't
gonna
talk
add
about
something to
numbers,
that.
but
As a rep that's done this industry for a long time, I'm gonna add something that makes two very important factors. We have no tripwires. Every company will tell you they got match pay, but then there's going to be small print. I won't call the company's name, but I'm just going to use an example. You sponsor somebody, and they go out and become this huge leader, and there'll be small print that says if they reach a title of X, let's just say black, sapphire, diamond. I don't know what it is, okay, but you're not that high title. They take your match pay away because you're not titled as high as them. This company does not do that. So the key word here is no tripwires, no requalifying. Those two things are very, very important. No tripwires and no requalifying. Secondly, that we didn't even mention today is that our compensation, we have a Bill of Rights.
Hmm.
So I don't care what somebody's got in compensation plan, if they can change it. So guys, and I don't even mind calling them out. Advocare is a big company that became a multi-billion-dollar company. And 2 years ago, they made a decision to go retail. And there's a clause in their contract that says, we have the right to give you notice and cut them off. I know someone personally lives 200 miles from me that was a $35,000 to $40,000 a month earner in that company and was given 60, they took them 8 years to build to that level, and they were given 60 days notice and they cut their money off. Guys, that's what separates us. We could go into all how great the comp plan is, and it is the best. The key is no tripwires, and they can't change it. And we have a clause in our contract that says they can't go retail. Now, guys, that's 24 years of watching people get screwed over. I shouldn't use that term, but I just see it. And I watch people think they got something and like, oh, y'all didn't tell me that part, or I've got to sponsor 2 more people. Cindy, we heard this in PXP. I had to sponsor 2 more people once a year in order to keep qualifying. Guys, I have been basically retired except for my Saturday mornings for multiple years here. My paychecks have just almost been identical every week and every month, constantly for years and years. Why? Because I've got a core built, stable, and people continue to buy. My business has been growing, but you need to understand those are so critical. Can't change it, and there's no tripwires. Those are things that key points. I hope that helped.
Yes, thank you.
Can I just say one thing that I'm noticing? I have a background for 15 years in another direct sales industry, and 2 things that stand out for me is, one, brand new people coming in can make a significant income right away. The duplicatable system, and also this company wants to rearrange things, optimize things so that we make the most that we can make, not the other way around.
You said it right there, exactly. That's everything. They are trying their best. And Taylor will tell you, this company will do things to help you get income. I've had things adjusted. They'll on Mondays, you can call an order because you missed a bonus. They'll still backdate it for little things like that. We don't want to promote that. You want to build your business, but there's little things. They're there. Taylor will vouch for that. This company does their best to make sure you get paid everything you thought you were getting paid. Sometimes even if you were confused, they'll make the adjustment. So it's an amazing company. Main thing is the leadership. That's what changed it. Taylor has been around with a long time. That's what really separates us. We don't talk about them enough, but John and Darren are the guys that really make this. They're here to make this company special. They don't need the money. I know that sounds crazy, and I'm not saying they don't want to make money. They do have to. It's a good point. We want them to make money because that makes the company stable. But guys, it's so critical to understand that they're not greedy. And so many of our companies in this industry have bad reputations because greed gets to the top of the company. It's sad to say, but it's just the way it is. Anybody, last things, anybody, listen, guys, thank you so much. We're already way over. I always say 1 hour. It's my goal on Saturday mornings to be 1 hour. We're going to have I've got some guests lined up. They're going to talk about how to utilize and build around this comp plan. This was trying to get you to understand the comp plan. Now we're going to change direction over the next few weeks, and we're going to talk about how to work that comp plan to your advantage and how to place orders and things of that nature. So I've got some guests lined up that'll be doing that and how they place their orders, because you can place your orders anywhere you want. Someone told me that yesterday. Had no idea that you could just go in and decide to place your order. I don't have to figure anything out. It just asks for the rep ID number, and you can place that under someone else if you want to place an order to help make your business and help them make money. So that's what it's all about. Any parting words from my host? Thank you for all my hosts, guys.
Hey,
Val's
Chris.
always here. Cindy's here. Yes, one more question.
Oh, well, yeah, there was a question in the chat and I answered it, and I just want to make sure my answer was right because I don't want to mislead anybody. The question was, can you please tell me if you make the new volume bonus on both lines? And I told them, I believe if you're their sponsor, no matter where you place them, you get that new volume bonus. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
And match pay is paid on both of those lines. And and that's another one of those tripwires companies don't tell you. If you get a big power leg running, and then in one of the little small things is we don't pay match pay on. I can name the companies. I'm not going to do that, but it doesn't pay match pay on your power leg. Ours pays on all legs. You sponsor them, no matter where they're placed. I don't care if they're 80 levels down. You still get the same match pay because they were your personal sponsorship. Okay. Guys, it was a great training. Taylor, thank you for taking Saturday out away from your family. Guys, if y'all don't realize how that is, he already works countless hours, does Zooms in the middle of the night for other countries. He's drugged. Sometimes you can't even get him on the phone. It's funny. 7, 8 years ago, I could call Taylor and he'd answer every time. Now I call him. It may take me all day to get him on the phone, but because they know how good he is and how much he's there to help so many people. Guys, what an amazing day. Taylor, enjoy your day in the pumpkin patch.
Thank y'all for having
I
me.
thought we might get him on the camera with us in a minute, but he ain't got up yet, huh?
He's up there, but I don't know if he knows I'm down here yet. So
well, we appreciate you. Guys, unmute yourself and thank Taylor for being on.
Thank you, Taylor.
Thank you, Taylor.
Thank you so much.
Taylor.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you,
Thank
Taylor.
you,
Taylor. You're the
so
best.
much.
Thank you, guys. Taylor.
Thank you.
Taylor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you so much.
Chris. Thank you,
Cheers.
Chris. Thanks, Chris.
Love you, Taylor.
You guys rock.
You guys are the best.
Yes, but first I do want to mention.
Okay.
Nutrients and flavor to our diet and may help lower the risk of cancer too, which is amazing. Good morning to you.
We hang out.
It's great to be here.
See you next week.
bye, everyone. Thank you.